Welcome, space explorers, and you might want to buckle up. We're not going on your typical scenic tour today. Nope, forget all that. We're taking a grand tour of the absolute worst, most spectacularly fatal destinations our solar system has to offer. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's dive in.
I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? We're always dreaming about exploring these places, right? But what would actually happen to you if, say, your suit failed? What fate is really waiting for us out there? Well, we're going to find out. Let's go planet by planet.
So let's kick things off close to home, cosmically speaking anyway. We're starting in the inner solar system, but don't let that fool you. Just because there are neighbors doesn't mean they're friendly. These places are absolutely brutal, and they offer some of the quickest, most unpleasant ways to go you can imagine. All right, first stop, Venus. You know, they call it Earth's sister planet. And from way out here, you can kind of see why. It looks so beautiful, right? Like this serene, pearly white marble hanging in space. But trust me, get a little closer, and you'll find out well, it's anything but. Now, you might think the heat would get you first, but nope. The first thing that's going to kill you on Venus is the sheer weight of the air. The atmospheric pressure is over 90 times what it is here on Earth. To give you an idea, that's like being almost a full kilometer deep in the ocean. Your spacesuit, it wouldn't stand a chance, not for a second. And the end? Wow, it would be horrifyingly fast. We're talking 1 second in, and your suit is just gone. Compromised. By the 3-second mark, your body starts to collapse under that insane pressure. We're talking skin, muscles, organs just failing. 5 seconds, it's all over. And get this, all of that is happening while you're also being cooked alive in 465 degrees Celsius heat. Just unbelievable. So the final verdict for the Venus experience? Yeah, that's a hard 1 out of 10. I guess you could say the speed is merciful, but the method, it's pure nightmare fuel. Would not recommend. Definitely a pass. Okay, let's get out of there. On to our next destination, Mercury, the planet of extremes. This little world basically offers you a terrible choice, a pick your poison kind of deal. See, Mercury has basically no atmosphere, so there's nothing to move heat around. This means its two sides are complete opposites. So, door number 1, the day side. You get baked at 427 degrees Celsius, and on top of that, you're hit with so much solar radiation, your DNA is just shredded. Or you could pick door number 2, the night side. Here, you get to slowly freeze to death in minus 180-degree cold. It's a slow, painful hypothermia that could take like an hour. So yeah, neither option is exactly a 5-star experience. The day side is a quick, agonizing burn. The night side is the slow, shivering end. We're going to give Mercury a combined score of maybe 2 or 3 out of 10. It's painful, for sure, but I guess on the night side you get some pretty epic views before you collapse, so there's that. Okay, let's leave that inferno behind us. Time to head to a place we've all dreamed about. A place that's captured our imagination for, well, forever. Mars, the red planet. It feels like our best hope, you know? Our plan B? But that hope is hiding a uniquely gruesome fate. So the science behind how you die on Mars, it all comes down to one terrifying word, ebulism. Basically, the Martian atmosphere is so thin, we're talking less than 1% of Earth's, that if your suit ripped, the pressure would drop so fast that the gases in your blood would literally start to boil. Yeah, your blood would boil. So just picture this, right? You're on Mars. Your suit gets a tiny little tear. First, you'd start to suffocate on that carbon dioxide atmosphere, which you can't breathe. But that's not even the main event. The real horror is the rapid decompression. All the gases in your body fluid start expanding. Your skin would swell up like a balloon and, yeah, your blood boils. The whole thing would take about 7 minutes. A truly horrific way to go. And yet, despite how absolutely awful that sounds, this method gets a surprisingly high rating, a 6 out of 10. And you're probably asking why? Well, it's for the sheer, scientifically spectacular epicness of it all. I mean, come on, Mars gives you all this hope, and then it snatches it away in just about the most metal way possible. Okay, time to leave the rocky planets behind. We're heading out deep into the outer solar system, to a place where the ground just disappears from under you. Welcome to the realm of the gas giants. There's nowhere to land, but there are countless ways to get torn apart. The conditions on Jupiter and Saturn are, well, they're just unimaginable. You'd basically just be falling forever through these atmospheres with crushing pressure and winds that are just mind-bogglingly fast. I mean, Saturn's winds can hit 1,800 kilometers per hour. That's insane. But believe it or not, the winds aren't even the most spectacular way you die out here. Okay, so on Jupiter, you'd be plunging down into these massive clouds that have lightning storms with bolts 1,000 times more powerful than anything on Earth. Your ship would be instantly vaporized. But Saturn? Oh, you might not even make it that far. Those beautiful iconic rings, they're basically a cosmic blender full of rock and ice hurtling around at 70,000 kilometers per hour. One wrong turn and your ship just becomes confetti. And now for our final stops. We're at the very edge of the solar system, visiting the enigmatic ice giants. And let me tell you, out here, the ways you can die get colder, darker, and frankly, a whole lot weirder. Let's start with Uranus. And yeah, sure, it has all the standard ways to kill you that you'd expect by now. It has the coldest atmosphere in the whole solar system, so you'd freeze solid. A suit breach means you're breathing toxic methane gas. And of course, you've got your 900 kilometer per hour winds and crushing pressure as you fall. You know, the usual. But let's just imagine for a second. What if you could somehow survive all that? What if your ship could handle the fall, plunging thousands and thousands of kilometers deep into the planet's core? What happens then? Well, something far more extraordinary is waiting for you. This, my friends, is the absolute pinnacle of our tour, the grand finale. Deep, deep inside Uranus, the pressure is so intense and the temperature is so high that the carbon atoms that make up 18% of your body would crystallize. You would become a diamond, a human-sized diamond, an eternal, sparkling monument to a truly epic death. And for that, Uranus gets a perfect 10 out of 10, no question. And finally, we arrive at Neptune, the last official stop on our tour. And wouldn't you know it? It saves the most violent weather in the entire solar system for last. Just look at that number, 2,100 kilometers per hour. That's the speed of its winds. That is literally faster than the speed of sound, supersonic winds. So you wouldn't just be blown away. You'd be caught in these supersonic vortices, spinning your ship around so violently that the G-forces alone would crush your organs. Your vessel, your body, just completely disintegrated. It's brutal, it's violent, and honestly, it's kind of uncreative. A low 2 out of 10 for Neptune. So, what did we learn on this morbid little tour? Well, we learned that Venus gives you a quick, hot, crushing end, a solid 1 out of 10. Mars offers a super gruesome death by boiling blood, earning it an epic 6 out of 10. But the grand prize, the absolute best way to go in our solar system? That's on Uranus, becoming a diamond for all eternity. A perfect 10. And that kind of brings us to a final thought, doesn't it? This whole thing, as grim and fascinating as it is, really highlights an incredible truth. We live on this perfect, gentle little oasis in what is an astonishingly violent cosmic neighborhood. It really makes you wonder, right? As we keep looking out at the stars, what kind of unimaginable challenges, what truly alien dangers are still waiting for us out there in the search for another world like ours?